the Dhar Mann Multiverse. Now, over the last few years, Dhar Mann has become extremely successful. He has over 15 billion views. That's with a B. Billion. Huge, huge. Almost inconceivable. And that's on his main channel. He's got multiple channels. And he's just become a giant here on YouTube. Now, it's no surprise that people want a piece of the pie. They're coming for him. They're copying his style. They're emulating him. But the thing is, they don't do it perfectly. They change their style to something different, a little bit strange. They take what Dhar Mann's produced and make it their own, but not in a way that you and I would consider normal. These sister channels, these copycats, they're worse versions. In the beginning, right, Dhar Mann, he was uncanny. He felt weird on camera, and so did a lot of the actors. But over time, he grew, become better and better and better. A lot like Mr. Beast and his channel. I mean, they improve, they learn what they did wrong, what they did right, and make better and better and better content. Dhar Mann's done the same, and his current content's not for me. It may not be for you either, but it's for someone. And there are millions of people that watch his videos. 15 billion to be precise on his main channel. So clearly it's for someone. And his content doesn't seem to do much damage. It's relatively nice. They're telling good stories. They're there to help the people. And kids watching this might actually learn something good from it. But how did that grow? How did that get corrupted into this?
Do you want to go in there?
Please don't make me go in there.
Baby, I promise I'm gonna take you to get ice cream tomorrow, just not today. And I'm even gonna get you one of those writing notepads. I know you like those, okay?
Okay.
Sydney, are you okay?
Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you for getting my baby. Come on, Sydney.
You're welcome. Go on, baby girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
See, Dhar Mann's whole shtick is about helping people become better people. He'll teach them stories, show them videos of things that they may have done wrong themselves, and help them improve, right? Every story, every video has a meaning. It's there for a reason. And these sister channels try to do a very similar thing, but they're telling really, really weird stories. I mean, look at these thumbnails, right? We got high school coach arrested for touching kids. Watch what happens. Foster mother sells teenage girl to men. She instantly regrets it. Religious parents force daughter to marry. They live to regret it. How are these things that are on the internet? And how are people putting money into this? Because these productions aren't free. They're expensive. This man, Mr. Chronicle, must be putting a fair bit of money into this. To film, to edit, to pay the actors. I mean, he has to feed them. They're on set for probably long periods of time. And for what? To tell a story about a minor? I mean, I understand that it's things that happen in this world, but it's weird. This isn't something that's normal. It's just not. The way people copy him, these multiverses, the evil timelines, the evil version, not the lame Dhar Mann, no, the evil timeline. They're not what you expect. They're not. I don't know about you, but I don't go to a channel that seems to be family friendly, kid content, G-rated, inspiring and life-changing. Yes, that's what he says. And I don't imagine learning about a husband giving his wife herpes. Like, I'm sure you're not thinking that either, but that's what is produced. And it's uncanny how similar it is to Dhar Mann's style. Like, they got that to a T. It's perfect. It's like the Brent Rivera's, right? Like, his content is so similar to Mr. Beast's, but it just doesn't feel right.
This is $1 Vietnamese dollar, and this is 1 billion Vietnamese dollars. Today, I'm spending $1 billion in the world's cheapest currency. After doing some research, we found out that $1 US is equivalent to 24,000 Vietnamese dong. So we booked the first flight to Vietnam because we're about to spend $1 billion in 50 hours.
You know, and these clones like Vid Chron Ultra, they're exactly the same. It is Dhar Mann, right? If you were to close your eyes and just listen, the dialogue, the storytelling, the way things proceed, it's Dhar Mann. But like, talking about the most abhorrent things in society. I mean, things that are I hope don't happen often, right? I hope not many foster parents sell their child's bodies to make rent. Like that is not something that Dhar Mann would ever produce, right? It just isn't, because it's not for kids. It's not for kids. It's not for children, right? And that's not something that I have to argue. You, I, all of us know that. But Mr. Chronicles, for some very, very strange reason, thinks that kids must learn not to sell themselves. Like, you can't just wrap up the story and go, sometimes there's someone there to listen to you, and the people that you love aren't always got your best interest in heart. Like, that, you can't just say that and then the video just be like, oh, all good, we'll just minors, but that was to deliver a beautiful message. Like, that, you can't do that. That's not how these things work. But Mr. Chronicles, well, in his universe, in his timeline, in his multiverse, that's how stories are told. But let's have a look at the channel, right? Here it says it's G-rated, kid-friendly, inspirational life messages. Yes, I learned a lot from wife finds out husband gave her disease. Like, what is this? What is this channel? It's really hard to express the weirdness of this, and it's underpinned by this robotic acting. I mean, you got actors, right? They're new to the scene. They're not something that, they're not from Marvel, right? They're not from DC. They're not from Amazon. They're new, right? This, for many of them, is their first gig. So, like, they act strange, they talk strange, they don't know how to interact properly on camera. So these really weird storylines get really strange, rigid actors. They all feel ill in some way, right? And I'm not blaming them, right? You need to start somewhere. But on Mr. Chronicles' channel is not where I'd recommend starting. I mean, this man writes the most insane scripts that do nothing. They mean nothing. They make no sense. They don't follow a consecutive order. And these poor actors are being directed by this man that doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, it's probably damaging their careers, right? Like, I would pay money to take that off my resume. These poor people. It's horrible. And look, and I can't say that it would be easy reading one of Mr. Chronicles' scripts. I would prefer to eat a handful of sand than read these prehistoric paintings that he produces. Let's look at this. Foster mother sells teenage girl to men. She instantly regrets it.
Why do you have to be so difficult, Kyla?
Because I don't want to do this.
We have to do this. How's we gonna pay this rent?
I don't know.
That's right, you don't know. That's why I'm running this show.
How many more?
As many as it takes.
I'm talking about for today.
2 more. But you need to go and get cleaned up. Especially for the next one gets here. I don't need our customers complaining about our product.
Yes, ma'am.
Look, honey, don't seem so down. I used to have to do the same thing for my mom.
Really?
No. I just said that to make you feel better. But look, regardless of all that, we gotta do what we have to. So go and get cleaned up before the next one gets here in an hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop with all that crying. You run the last customer off doing all that.
I don't understand how he thinks this is normal, right? Like, how this is content that you can produce and release on the platform. And to make things worse, in this particular one, the mother is brutal. She goes to the daughter, you know, this is normal. This is normal. I had to do this for my mother, and drops the absolute most brutal nuh-uh moment, followed by a crazy womp womp. I mean, she literally just double guessed her daughter. Like, that is cruel. That is cruel.
Thank you so much for meeting me here.
Of course. I understand you have some concerns about your neighbor's foster daughter?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, so sorry. I think they're using that baby, and I need you to go raid the place.
Mr. Chronicles is an author that knows no bounds. They are God's words written down onto paper. He is a prophet. The neighbors notice these things, right? The neighbors gone, some strange things are going on. I'm gonna go to the police. She goes to our favorite man, Chris Hansen. Well, I'd like to believe the in-house universe version of Chris Hansen.
We can't necessarily raid it. We could set up a sting operation But that's going to depend on what's happening.
Well, at 7:40, they're arguing every morning.
When you say them, you're referring to who?
My neighbor Penny and her foster daughter.
Okay, you can continue.
Yeah, so they're always loud in the morning. And baby girl is always crying and screaming at Penny. I used to think that little girl was so disrespectful until one day I stayed home from work, I had a toothache. It was real quiet. So I thought I'd be nosy, right?
So you haven't walked over, said, or did anything because you know that could affect the case?
No. After I seen one guy go in there, and an hour later, another one enters and comes out smiling, my stomach turned. I knew something wasn't right.
So you're saying 2 men came into the home?
Well, it was more than 2. And I don't know who they're going there for, but whoever they're going there for, that little girl don't need to be around all those men. Anything can happen.
You're right. I have one of my detectives look into it.
Thanks, detective. I don't know what's going on in that apartment, but I know you need to save that young girl.
You have my word.
Thank you.
No problem.
Will I get an update?
You'll get an update if I have anything to follow up on.
Thanks again.
Of course. Thank you for the insight. Enjoy your coffee.
She effectively says to him, "Something strange is going on over there. I hear them fighting, but then later in the day, no more fighting. And strange men come in and out of the house." Granted, I can understand strange men coming in and out of the house multiple over the course of a day. They're never the same person. Okay, maybe a bit odd, right? But not enough for this man to turn around and go, "Don't you worry, I'm gonna set up a sting operation and I'm gonna bust this door down." Like that's not enough evidence for a real world cop to do anything. Not to say that that's not what would happen, although I don't think it is. My experience with cops kind of tend to be, "Oh, this thing happened and you have all the proof? Oh, sorry, we don't have the time to deal with that." So like some lady going, "I think something strange might be happening in this household." They're not going to set up a string operation. Chris Hansen, if he's in the area, maybe he'll listen to you. Maybe To Catch a Predator would come and hang out. But the police, a detective, is not going to set up a sting operation. A wellness check, maybe. But we've seen how they went with Daniel Larson, right? They don't tend to go well.
Emergency. Somebody just sent me an email. They're trying, whoever this hacker is that got a hold of my email through my care provider sending me emails, is trying to set up a under my name.
I don't think it's a big leap. I don't think it's a big logical leap to go from Daniel Larson's stunning, amazing music to Mr. Chronicle's fantastic show. It's not that big of a leap to go from the two. They are both mentally deranged people, right? Mr. Chronicle must be terrifying outside of this content. If this is what goes on in that man's mind, I think we should investigate him. Maybe we can send a wellness check to Mr. Chronicle's house and see what's going on there, because I'm just saying, he thinks of some weird stuff.
You can have a seat.
So, where is she?
She's in the back. Look, you'll have your time with her, relax. I know you heard she's something special, but I still need to ask you some questions first.
Hey, go right ahead.
So how did you hear about us?
Well, a friend of mine told me he's been here before.
Okay, and what did this friend say he came for exactly?
Well, he told me, I can pay a little something, get a little something.
You affiliated with any cops? You work with them? Any cop friends?
Come on, do I look like a pig?
Do you have any STDs I should know about?
Last time I checked, I'm super clean.
Did you bring protection?
Never left home without it.
All right, you have the option to use it. I could care less. You have 30 minutes in the back with her for $150. Don't go over. I'll be in there when it's time. All right, we can go ahead and go to the back.
Hold on. Why don't you call her right here first? I'd like to see what I'm buying. I don't know, just to see if I like her.
I see you're one of those difficult ones I see.
Hey, I like what I like.
Fine. Amber, come here.
Amber. That's a very nice name.
All right, turn around. Do a 360 for the man so he can see you. All right, good?
Yeah, we good. Why don't you turn around?
Oh, honey, I'm not for sale.
Ah, come on. Just do a little turnaround thingy. Hold it. Now, why don't you put your hands behind you?
What?
You're under arrest for in a minor.
This is insane. I didn't do nothing.
Oh, trust me. You will soon find out. You can come in now.
This is your fault.
Now I want you to know you're very disgusting, and we got somewhere for people like you. You're gonna have a great time there.
Put your hands behind
Don't
your back.
touch me.
You're under
Don't
arrest.
touch me.
You're under arrest.
You
Take her away.
Let's go.
get off of me.
And this is where it gets strange, right? Is the whole episode we've been playing the are they or are they not kind of game where it sounds like she's being... That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like, right? But they don't directly mention it till now, right? Right now, they mention it. They don't leave it up in the air. They don't leave it up to us to decide, right? Some amazing Dhar Mann scripts where they'll go, maybe this was the case, but we don't know. They literally go, you are fucking minors. Like, they literally go in. And can I just mention, the cop, right, is coming in to get the girl, right? Like, he's pretending to come, pay, and have some adult time with her. Like, how is that? How is that something that he considers normal? And I know that I keep coming back to this, but it's strange. It is undoubtedly strange. Oh yeah, Mr. Sexy Cop is here to pull out the sex offenders and arrest her. How about you turn around, lady? That's a weird line, but hands in the air here, I'd turn around for him. I would.
Hey, it's all over now, okay? Hey, calm down. It's okay. You're safe, all right? Now I'm gonna want you to come with me, okay?
Where are you taking me?
I have a female officer outside. She's gonna escort you to the station, just so you feel more comfortable. And from there, we'll explain more, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Come on.
The moral of the story is never be afraid to speak up when you have help. Someone is always there for you.
Using someone for your personal gain is never okay, and you will always lose in the end.
And this is what I'm talking about. They wrap it up nicely. Like they didn't just spend the last 10 minutes a minor. They then wrap it up with this nice message at the end. Never be afraid to speak up, my children. This world, sometimes you can't trust everyone, but there's always somewhere there for you. Like, how is that a nice way to wrap this up, right? Like you've just done the most outrageous thing, something that I'm surprised YouTube allows on the platform, and then you wrap it up with this nice ending that had very little to do with the story, mind you, right? Like, this is a foster mother, not her biological mother, a foster mother. And we're talking as if, like she was supposed to trust her. I understand that she's in a position of power and this is something that she could do and it's horrible. But at the end of the day, right, this nice wrap up at the end doesn't immediately forgive the atrocities of this script. This short story that Mr. Chronicles made isn't forgiven for saying, guys, this shouldn't have happened in the first place. This is not something that should ever happen on this place. I'm sorry for everyone that's gone through this. This is why it shouldn't happen. Like, that's not a way to wrap this up. This shouldn't even need to be wrapped up, right? I mean, really, what Dhar Mann... No, sorry, not Dhar Mann. Dhar Mann's doing good. What Mr. Chronicle should do is just take the ending of his script where he wraps up the message on nicely and just upload that as a YouTube short, because he would do so much better for this world if that's all he was doing. If he just went, you shouldn't sleep with minors. Don't sleep with a mistress. And if you do, tell your wife if you have an STD. Don't share herpes. Coaches, don't touch children. Like, that'd be less creepy as a YouTube short. Like, let's be clear here. That would be less creepy than all of this that he's made. Because he's put so much thought into making these deranged videos. But let's really make a point. Let's watch wife's mistress gives husband disease. See, this video is very deranged. It is absurd. You think that last video was strange? This one is worse. I mean, granted, there's no kids involved, thank the heavens, but it's still weird, right? Watch these clips. I want you to watch these clips and remember, this is for children. This is G-rated. And it's also inspirational. I mean, I'm not inspired, but maybe someone is. Just watch.
Come on. Pick up.
What up, D?
Hey, yo, I'm so happy you picked up, man.
What's up?
I'm at old girl's house, and I need you to cover for me, alright?
You look beautiful.
Thank you. There you go.
Is this a test? For a baby?
Yes. And I need you to sign right there.
Wait, what does this mean I have to be with you?
If you want to continue to see me, then yes, sign it. Look, I need all of you, Damon. And I just want to make sure that you're going to take care of us.
Honey, you know I got a wife, right?
What does it have to do with me?
Honey, I can't just sign this, leave her, and be with you like this paper is telling me to do.
So look, you just want to come over, lay up with me, and promise me all of these things, complain about what your wife is not doing that I can do for you, but you can't take care of me?
Baby, look, stop. You know I love you, right? But this is a lot for me to think about right now.
Well, how about you think about it and you let me know. Go on.
Okay. I'll sign the paper. You got me, okay? There you go.
Oh, thank you. Now that you're serious.
I'm serious, baby. I'm all in.
You gonna stay with me tonight? I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, but you can go to work after.
All right.
Okay, here's my point. I'm sure you're noticing the pattern now, a sexual pattern, right? These videos are all quite sexualized. Look at these thumbnails, look at them all. I'll scroll through the channel. Multiple sexual videos for fucking children. This, Mr. Chronicles, like, let's just be honest, right? Let's be honest with each other. This is not kids content. And to be fair, he's not putting it on YouTube saying kids content because we can still talk in the comment sections. It's on the main website. It doesn't mean kids don't watch it. The largest audience on YouTube are kids. Whether or not your analytics say that, most kids will lie about their age if they are on YouTube. Some don't, sure, but a large amount of my viewers are under the age of 30, right? And I'm sure that over 60% of them are under the age of 18. Like, that's just the nature of YouTube. And his channel is explicitly advertising to those people. That's what this content's for. This is what it's for. And then he brings all these really weird, absurd things that most people shouldn't ever have to experience in their life. And he's exposing children to it. It's just not what you should do. That's not what this channel should be about. It'd be different if this was content by adults for adults. It'd still be a little strange, but it'd be okay. This script is clearly designed so kids understand what's going on. It's childish lines, childish acting, and childish editing. That's what this channel is. Mr. Chronicles, you are weird.
His name is Damon, and you guys actually have the same last name. That's crazy.
Well, I want to wish you well in your new relationship, but I have to know. Did you tell him about our last visit? Everything?
No, I did not mention the herpes.
I mean, it's something nice to play while the adults talk, I guess. I mean, we could be in the other room, we'd be talking about, adult stuff. Cheese, wine, stock, the weather, while they're watching Mr. Chronicles' channel and learning about how your mistress may give your wife a disease. I'm just gonna be honest, I'm cutting it at herpes, right? I'm sure it gets worse. I'm undoubtedly confident that this gets infinitely worse than what we just witnessed, but I don't want to go past the herpes part because this is weird. I mean, we've got an A plot and a B plot where the husband and the mistress, and then the mistress and the doctor is actually the husband's wife, and oh my god, husband and mistress and husband's mistress boyfriends actually got same last name and first name. Oh my god, it's my husband. What the like that's weird, but we're cutting it because I don't want to watch this anymore. It's disgusting. Like, genuinely, even before recording this, I stopped watching it the moment herpes was brought up. I've saved maybe 5 or 6 videos. They're too hard to get through. They are too hard to watch. They are weird, disgusting, uncomfortable, strange, wrong videos. Mr. Chronicle, you should be ashamed of yourself. But see, that's just it. That is the only similarities that happened between this channel and most channels to Dhar Mann, is the editing and the acting. The writing is similar, but the base ideas, the fundamental ideas, the foundation of the channel is built on literal shit, right? This channel is deranged and sexualized. Dhar Mann doesn't have either of those two things. Like I said, the hardest thing he tackles is bullying, which is normal for people to go through. But I'm sorry, right? You can tell a story about speaking up without a coach trying to touch kids. You can do that. You can do that. There is ways to write when you're not just sexualizing children all the time. And I understand, like I said, he's not literally sexualizing the children, but he's still exposing them to an environment that is what that's about, right? You wouldn't see an episode of Play School, then all of a sudden, the two main hosts are fucking each other, or an episode of Sesame Street where Kermit's going down on Miss Piggy. Like, that's not something that you see in a kid's show, because it's not something kids should watch. But yet that's still what happens on Mr. Chronicle's channel. I mean, granted, the sexual acts aren't explicitly happening, but they are mentioned time and time and time again. And when you're doing that, kids are going to notice. You're not just hiding it going, oh, well, it's just a part of the story, mate. If it wasn't there, it wouldn't make sense. You could make the story make sense without those things. You don't have to sexualize children. You don't have to do that to tell stories. It's not something that you have to do. So my point is simple, right? Mr. Dhar Mann has created a phenomenal channel. It's taken him years and years to cultivate and grow an audience. And it's not my style, but it's good. It's good content that teaches kids valuable lessons. And you've got these sister channels, clone channels. I shouldn't call them sister channels, but we're going to go with it. These channels from different multiverses, they stomp on the plant that Dhar Mann grew. Like, it's ruined. You may as well, right, take a squat, take a shit over Dhar Mann's channel, smear it over, and that's Mr. Chronicle's channel. A channel where you're looking through shit-smeared glasses. That's what his channel is. It's wrong. It's disgusting. It is. And I think that's why people watch it, is to go, how is this a thing? Like, it is simply insane that this is a thing on YouTube. And the fact that YouTube has done nothing, what the fuck? This is a channel that has hundreds of thousands of views. Surely YouTube has heard of Mr. Chronicle. Anyway, point is, he's got multiple channels. They're all weird. He's weird. Should we avoid him? I don't know. I'm not saying we should deplatform the man. I'm saying that this man is doing weird things. He's doing weird things. And if he was just to simply not make content for kids, this wouldn't really be a problem, right? Like, if his channel didn't have in the main picture G-rated, kid-friendly, inspirational messages, like, if he didn't have that, we'd be chilling here. I wouldn't be complaining as much. I probably wouldn't even be talking about Mr. Chronicle. But it's simple. He's making sexualized videos for children. Know well where that should be the case. And the nice message at the end, it doesn't forgive the atrocities that were just in that video. It will never forgive the atrocities. It never will. It will never will. Anyway, I definitely want to come back to this at a later date, because Mr. Chronicle is far from the only person like this. There are so many channels that do the exact same thing, where they take Dhar Mann's style and shit on it. And it's weird. It's weird. Like, there's Samir, something like that. Like, he does the exact same thing. It's weird. And let's come back at a later date and look at it. This is just part 1 of the Dhar Mann multiverse. I promise you there's more. But, Mr. Chronicle, I think you should have at least 5 minutes of timeout. Always remember, folks, just because you intimated the form doesn't mean you've captured the heart. Keep it real, keep it kind, because it's not always about the view, it's about the values. Thanks for watching.